Good morning. It's Wednesday. Did you see me scratch my nose then? So it was just about to fade, and from one thing to another. And I thought, I thought I'll go like that, and you won't notice it. But I just caught it out my eye. Me going like that, didn't I? How awful, dear. You think I mean, I've got a tissue here, but I do prefer to use my sleeve, don't you? You know, I mean, what are sleeves for? What are they for? They are for wiping noses. Like, achoo! Like that. Achoo! Bit like that. No need to waste the Earth's resources of pieces of paper. 3 trees had to be cut down for this used tissue. No! Use your sleeves and wash them afterwards. Yes, I bought the stripes out again today. Hope that's all right with you. We can't really find, as advised by my mate Ronnie, we can't really find a jacket that goes with striped shirts. Perhaps you can suggest one yourself. I don't know if you could. Anyway, good morning, chat. It's Wednesday, the 7th of March, 2018. Welcome to this morning's United Kingdom Talk, coming to you from Television Centre here in Bracknell, Royal Berkshire. I'm glad you've noticed the new music this morning. Oh, well, we must have a different set of viewers and listeners this morning, because I played it on Monday. No one noticed. No one noticed. So, of course, on Monday I mentioned the fact that no one had noticed the music, and then they're all on there. Oh, just wanted to say I really like your music. Oh, the music's really nice, but not until I mentioned it. No, it was like no one noticed. You know, there was suddenly all on there telling us how much they like the music. Not this morning. You're straight in there. Adam the Plumber in particular. First messenger of the morning. Good morning, Adam the Plumber, who says, oh, I love the new music. And as indeed does Mark Jones. Loves the new music. And good morning to you. Adam loves the new music. He says, on the subject of the opening bit there, it's like we're taking you for a village down the Thames to the Royal Berkshire Mirable Studios complex in our own private boat with cream tea. Oh, yes. I'm glad you like it. The thing is, with that music, okay, you can't, legally, you can't just pull any old bit of music out. You know, you have to have permissions, or it needs to be very old, or no one's got like a copyright issue on it. And sometimes you don't actually know. You're not quite sure. You might have this bit of music. Well, I don't know. And you might run it through Shazam or something like that, and nothing comes up. You think, oh, well, that'll be up one a bit. And you'll play it, and you'll get a copyright notification thing comes, and then you can't use it, or they cut you off. You know, we do try and like to remain in the law, within the law. Unlike most of you watching this morning, I'm sure you're all dodgy characters this morning. A little bit like that. I've got a cream tea. Well, it's not cream teas. When I say afternoon teas, when me and my mate go out for afternoon teas, they're not cream teas. What, or at least I don't think they are a cream tea. What is a cream tea? Is that where you put actual cream in your tea? Because that must be blooming vile. I have such a little amount. I actually use soya milk, and I have such a little amount in it. I do like a good strong cup of tea, which is probably why I couldn't sleep last night. Oh, trouble sleeping last night again. I went to bed. I thought, well, I feel a little bit tired today. And I went to bed. No, I couldn't sleep. I must have been up for about 2 hours, tossing and turning. Not so much tossing at my age. Good morning to Ray Reynolds, who's with us this morning. Morning, Ray, who I tried to ring 3 times yesterday. He did try and ring back, though. I'll give you that. Last night, I rung a bit late last night, Ray. It was about half past 9 last night. You probably thought I was one of those recordings, you know. Oh, good morning. Is that Mr. Reynolds? Were you involved in a car crash 2,000 years ago? And have you sustained any injury at all to your neck? Are you sure? Are you very sure? Because there's a 4-figure sum awaiting you. Dodgy old characters they are. No, I'm not. Go away. Bang down the phone. Yes. Morning, Gavin. Alan Russell's there. A great evening on Monday at Central Station for Maureen's birthday. Yes, indeed. Monday night was the delightful Maureen's birthday. So we got a couple of cakes and things like that. Well, one cake and little cupcakes, of which I had 3 pieces. I had 3 pieces of cake on Monday. I'll come to the Slimming World in a minute. I know what you're thinking. I'll come to the Slimming World in a moment. So I had 3 pieces of cake. Maureen had a great time. She had so many cards spread out over the whole table. So I think she was sitting at the double table. We got like 2 tables we put together on a Monday night. And I think she was feeling loved and wanted, and we got her up onto the stage to sing Happy Birthday. She's such a delightful person, Maureen, and she very much cares about people. Maureen, Maureen is someone who comes into a place where I do karaoke on Mondays and Fridays. She's always there on a Monday. Occasionally makes an appearance on a Friday, but she's always there on a Monday. And she brings biscuits and cakes and little chocolate things and crisps in for people all the time. Doesn't she? She's a very caring person, yes. So she came and had her birthday on Monday. We don't ask ages because it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what your age is. You just come in and celebrate your birthday, and that's it. It's always a good idea if someone sends me a message or tells me the week before, oh, it's so-and-so's birthday, and then you can, if you want to bring a cake or something like that, that's okay. Or you want me to do something in particular, obviously not an hour long or something like that because there are other people waiting to sing. But if you want something done, maybe you've got a naked strippers or someone like that. Yes, please. Naked strippers that will come onto the stage and do a little bit of a show with you on the stage and then drag you upstairs and whatever, or downstairs maybe even. Yes, it was lovely. It was such a nice birthday. It really did indeed. Good morning to Gavin, who's enjoying the new sounds as well. Thank you very much, Gavin. Good morning to the lovely Ann Taplin. Good morning, Ann. Hope you're well. She don't live far in posh Wokingham. Even I can't afford to live in there. Ann, posh Woking. Did say Wokingham, sorry. Woking. Now, Woking is not the same as Wokingham. They're actually quite far apart. I say quite far apart, probably about 10 miles apart. Wokingham's where I go and have my hair cut. I've had it cut again, can you see? By Max Hairdressers, where I got cut by someone new yesterday. Oh, that's the wrong thing to say, isn't it? I had my hair cut by someone new yesterday. It was very nice, actually, but he didn't do the little burning things. Mind you, perhaps I don't need them at the moment. Is there any hairs in my ears? Can you see that? Is there any hairs in my ears? And I didn't have the knife either. So he obviously does it different to everyone else in there. But no complaints. Nice haircut. Give him a little tip. £2.50 tip. Oh, yes. Ah, we're throwing the money around, dear. Throwing the money around. Good morning to Anne. Thanks to Wendy. She's going to Manchester to see Barry Manilow. Can you publicly thank her for me? She has been publicly thanked. Ann Taplin is going to see Barry Manilow, who's putting a new show in Manchester. Yes. Wendy, I was looking at the Facebook this morning and last night. Wendy has managed to get a second row seat in Manchester. How fantastic is that? Probably at like a tenth of the price I've paid for those front ones before. But that doesn't matter. Good luck to her. Blooming good luck to her for getting a second row ticket. Unlike the Manilow members. Oh, I am a member. Just a minute. What's it called? Manilow fan club thing. She got them on there. If he goes to Birmingham, I might go to Birmingham. Manchester's a little bit of a trek for me, but I've got some at the O2, not near the front. I had to say, just sort of at the side. But if he goes to Birmingham, I might try and get tickets for there, Anne. See if he's up there. All right. How's things going, Anne? Are you in contact with Ronnie? All right. I did ask yesterday. And he said he was going to ring you at some point, or maybe you can ring him. All right, darling. Good morning to Nigel Harris. Good morning, Nigel. Hope you're well this morning. Paul Harrison is enjoying the music. Thank you, Paul. Good morning to Ben. Hi, bro. Good morning, Ben. And hi, is it bro? Hi, bro to you. Bro to you, yes. Haven't mentioned the new music. Ah, I see I have now, Nigel. I have now. Good morning to Ashley Smith. Could have ironed your shirt. Oh, sorry, is it not ironed this morning? No, I can't be bothered to iron. I have a lady does my ironing. I have a lady does my ironing. This is actually recycled from the other morning. No one's noticed, I'm pleased to say, except you, Ashley. Morning to Pete Branch out there in Brazil, where it's nice and warm. Good morning, lovely Diane Jeb. Morning, Diane. Can I say hello to Mari as well this morning? I like to say hello to Mari as well, because I haven't mentioned her for a while. Good morning, Mari. Alan says, I think it's going to be 5 minutes is long enough for the intro. It gives us time to make a cup of tea. That's the whole idea of the intro. That 5-minute intro allows people, oh, it's going to start soon. Rather than miss the first few minutes because we've already started. It'd be like, and that's because it's not scheduled. Oh, I'm thinking of scheduling a nighttime show on a Tuesday or a Thursday. Now, tomorrow's show will be a nighttime one tomorrow. Not sure of the exact timings and that, because tomorrow we've got an afternoon tea. Oh, yes, at Selfridge's. Now, this is the one we cancelled from last week. So we've got afternoon tea at Selfridge's, which actually isn't a bad price in comparison to some of the others. I don't think I've ever been to Selfridge's. Isn't that funny? And the reason I'm going is because I'm watching Mr. Selfridge at the moment on the telly. I'm now up to Series 3, Episode 3. Oh, it was very sad, dear. His wife's died. His wife has died. Mr. Selfridge's wife died. What did she die from? I think it was cancer. And Series 3, Episode 1 started with the funeral of his wife. Oh, it was very, very sad. Very sad. And I'm loving Selfridge's. Do you think Mr. Harry Selfridge will actually be there when we go tomorrow? We want to meet him. We want to meet Harry Selfridge and all those wonderful staff. I loved the programme, and that's why I'm going to Selfridge's tomorrow. As sad as that. So we've got an afternoon tea booked, early one. I think we've got 12 o'clock, and then we're going to have a look around the store because I would like I'd like to have a look at sound system. What are they called? You know, for your television, where there's 4 speakers, one of those, and a big speaker at the front. A 4-speaker thing. Sound system for the telly? Surround system, that's it, a surround system. Now, at the moment, and I've had it a few years now, I've got a sound bar, which sits at the front there. And when there's a drama on, like Mr. Selfridge, and music starts playing, I can't hear the bloody dialogue. The music is so loud, and I have to keep running it back a few times, or put the subtitles on. I can't hear the dialogue. Now, I looked this up on the internet, and this is quite a common thing nowadays. I don't know whether it's the soundbar itself. I mean, it's a good one. Samsung. So that's a little silver thing that sits under the telly. It's quite long, you like that. And there's a bass thing there. Now, the bass is fantastic. Can't fault the bass. But I just can't hear the dialogue. And even sometimes Ronnie's sitting there. What did he say then? Don't know. Can't hear it properly. I don't know if it's the way it's being mixed. Now, my niece's husband has a surround system, and there I can quite clearly hear the dialogue. So it must be something to do with this. Does anyone else have that problem? Being, the telly, I don't think it's up that high. It's on about, I think it goes up to 40, and it's on about 21, the sound level at the front there. Music's fine. I hear all the music. Can't hear the dialogue. It's not kind of separating from the music properly, if you see what I mean. So, or it could be the mix down. I mean, it has to be said, some programs are worse than others. Don't know why that is. Good morning, Mark Cording. Morning. Pete says soya milk is actually regular British milk, introduced itself in Spanish. Soy a milk. Oh, very funny. Very funny. I'll do the jokes. Thank you very much. Dear me. Good morning to Ginger. Ray says, can we take a trip down to Hampton Court sometime on the River Thames? As you've suggested to me, Ray. Yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to do that when it's more sunny, because it was a little bit cold on that boat that day. Although it was all right for a few minutes. But if you're going down to Hampton, you want to be on the top deck most of the time, don't you? So that'd be nice. Or along Teddington Lock to see where Benny Hill used to run about. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, Wendy's there. Good morning, Wendy. Morning, Wendy. I was just mentioning your second roll back Barry Manilow tickets. Oh, yes, where you're taking Ann Taplin is going to be there. Aren't you, my darling? Yes. Ooh, looks like we made it. I'm hoping he's going to put a show on in Birmingham. And in which case I shall be trying to get tickets for that one. Maureen's also met Maureen, who's really nice. Good morning to Jade. Good morning, Jade. I didn't know you were there. Jade is also known as Lady Phoenix. She's one of our wonderful singers, very, very talented, who comes along to Central Station on both nights. She comes there. Ashley said 3 pieces of cake, well over your weekly allowance of sins. You're quite right, Ashley. I'll come to that in a moment there. Nigel says he loves cream tea, but don't have tea. I have it with lemonade. What you have? I love cream tea, but don't drink tea. I have it with... Oh, I see. So you have the cakes, but not the tea. I'm with you. The cream refers to the scones with jam and cream. The question is Devonshire or Cornish scones. Ah, so we do actually go and have cream teas. I thought cream tea was when you had tea and put cream in it. I mean, that must be just disgusting and vile. Mustn't it, really? Good morning to Amni. Morning to you, sir. Pete's going to see Depeche Mode. Oh, okay. Yeah, fair enough. Depeche Mode. People are people wherever they are. That one, innit? And other songs like that they're going to Brazil. Good morning to Sam Howard. Morning, Sam. Dad wrote to the BBC to complain about the music under dialogue. There you go. Can't hear the voices. So it's not me. I have a real problem hearing a dialogue sometimes. Never used to be like that. Never ever had that problem. It's only since, I don't know. It's a recent thing. To be honest, if I turn the Samsung sound system off and just use the pathetic little speakers and I've got a 65-inch telly downstairs, and the speakers on the telly are just pathetic. But if I turn the sound down on the sound system and just have the speakers on the telly on, so there's no bass or anything, I can hear the dialogue again. So what's the point in buying all that stuff then if it doesn't work properly? God. Alan's gonna scout around for work here today, are you? Good. Scout around for work. Yeah, we're looking for a couple of nighttime jobs. Tuesday, Thursday, or Sunday. I just get so bored at home. So bored at home. Yesterday, let's just read some people out on YouTube there. Good morning to Paul Mosley on YouTube. Morning, Paul. Joanna's there as well. Paul says, I've often wondered in the titles what you are doing running around the garden with a bedsheet and garlic on the grass. That was my show of, actually, we'll ask Adam. Adam will be able to find it for you. That is my show where I show you how to make your own comet. I show you how, when you see these comets in the sky, wow, look at that. I actually show you how to make a comet. Perhaps Adam can look that one up. He'll be able to give us an exact date. Adam's very good at dates. Very good at dates. He really is. So, yesterday, after I had my hair cut, I went to Slimming World. Now, I had a little feeling it wasn't going to be a good week, boys and girls. My target is 12 stone, okay? My target range is 12 stone 3 to 11 stone 11. And I weighed in yesterday at alarm, 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 12 stone, 2.5 pounds. Alarm, take action now, take action now, take action now. Yes. So I've put on £3 in a week. Oh my God. Oh, it's because I've had an emotional week. Oh, it's because I went to visit my friend in hospital. Oh, it's because I've had some bad news. Oh, it's because I've had to bury the cat. No excuses. No excuses. What happened this week is we were supposed to go to afternoon tea at Selfridge's last Thursday. But with the snow and the inclement, I like that word. Try and use that in a sentence today, okay? Inclement. When you've used that word in a sentence, send us a little message during the daytime and let me know where it was, okay? Where it was. What's that? Oh, Adam's watching on a 50-inch television screen. Are you really, Adam? That's scary, isn't it? So, Thursday, we decided, well, we don't want to lose out. Let's go over to the supermarket and get some bits and pieces. Let's just have an afternoon tea at home. So that's what I did. I went and got a loaf of bread and various different fillings. Now, when you go to an afternoon tea, you get these little finger sandwiches. I think they're called finger sandwiches. You know, so wide. About that wide, I suppose, each one. You get 4 of those, and you can have some more if you want. Generally, we do have 2 lots. So we got 2 lots of finger sandwiches, which I suppose would equal about 2 sandwiches with 2 pieces of bread like that. Okay? Now, so we went and got various different fillings. I got frankfurters, I got cheese, I got, they were vegetarian frankfurters, Quorn frankfurters, which are fine. Got those, got some cheese, Got some tomatoes. Oh, of course. What does my mate want? Oh, what does there's me with my cheese, my tomatoes, a couple of frankfurters. What else did I have? Cucumber. What do you want in your salmon? Oh, smoked salmon. Of course you'll have smoked salmon because I'm buying the bloody stuff, dear. Oh, so he wants smoked salmon, doesn't he? Smoked salmon. Can I have smoked salmon? God. So we put the smoked salmon in, and then I think I had another filling of some sort. Can't remember now. Anyway, so then we went to get cakes. Now, again, going back to the afternoon teas, what you'll get is small little cakes, usually about 4 or 5 of them on a plate, nicely arranged, and they're so big. They're about, I would say these cakes that you get an afternoon tea, they're about an inch long and about half an inch wide. So they're that big. They're that. That I haven't got anything here. Just a moment. Let me use this green post-it note to show you the approximate size of an afternoon tea cake. I reckon, yeah, about that size. Oh, here is an old cassette to compare the size. Okay, so that is the size of an afternoon tea cake. And there'll be about 4 or 5 of them scattered nicely around a cake. I'll use this Harrods card. Look, I used to work there. Chris Reardon. I used to work. No, not actually in the store. They had a radio station, Liberty Radio, and I used to be on there at night time. That's 1999 to 2000. Yes, real radio, dear, on AM, medium wave. And there's my card. I kept that forever. Harrods, Chris Reardon. Look at that. Anyway, so that's the size of the cakes. And then you usually get 2 scones as well with a little bit of jam and clotted cream. So we got the clotted cream and we got a jar of jam because I'd forgotten that the lovely Mary gave me this rose petal jam a little while ago, but I'd forgotten about that. So we got some strawberry jam and we got 8 scones just in case we were a little bit hungry. And then to polish it all off, we went and bought half a bottle of posh champagne, which was about 20 quid. It was that rosé one that I like, so that's it. There we are. Okay? Now, so we got it all home, and I started making the sandwiches. And very quickly I realised, I'm not someone who likes to waste things. So when I'm making the sandwiches, I'm not cutting off the crusts, and I'm not making them finger sandwiches. I'm making whole sandwiches here. So we had those. Now, the cakes that we bought obviously were not little cakes. You can't buy little cakes, or at least we couldn't see any. So we bought whole cakes. That bit, okay, so that's the size of the cake, right? Now, there is a cake that you'd get, in the thing. So you get probably 3 of those in the one size cake that we bought in the supermarket. So we're eating this. We've got all these arranged on the plate. There's scones in the oven, and we're already full up after 2 sandwiches. But we forced ourselves to eat some of the other stuff. One of the cakes I bought. Now, see, this is the thing. You go into. It was actually Sainsbury's, my most unfavourite supermarket. Miserable customers and goddamn miserable staff in there. But anyway, that's where I went. One of the cakes I bought for myself was cheesecake. I love cheesecake. But let me tell you, it weren't that size. Not only that, you couldn't buy one. There were 2 pieces in a box, which were, each piece would have been 4 times the size of that. So I bought that. Plus, we had the half a bottle of champagne. Well, of course, 1 glass of that and I was drunk, weren't I? Now, I'd gone in a little bit of a not a bad mood, a bit of a depressed mood for some reason. There was things going on, things had happened during the daytime, and I was in a bit of a bad mood. Well, I found the answer to that, dear. I had half a glass of champagne. Oh my God, I was as happy as anything. Honest. So in that bottle, there was about enough for 1.5 glasses each, I think there was in that bottle. So you get about that in, and that's nice, in a champagne glass. So we had that. So that was the Thursday. Now, we had more to eat, absolutely more to eat than we ever would have done had we gone out somewhere. But that we'll just carry that just for today. The trouble is there was stuff left over. Now, ideally, I suppose, really, if you're on a diet or a slimming world or something like that, at that point you chuck the other stuff away. But I can't do that with food. I cannot do it. Not when there's, and I know you've probably all said this as a joke before, but especially not when there's starving people in other countries. What right have I got to chuck food away? So the remnants of our afternoon tea spilled over onto other days. We didn't eat 8 scones, okay? But after dinner on Friday and Saturday, I had 2 scones each session with the clotted cream and the jam. Also, there was a cheesecake left over, so I had that on one day. Then there was like a jam tart thing with little fruit things on it. So I had that another day. And I think there was another thing. Oh, yes, a meringue thing with cream in it. It was big. Now, what was that? What do they call those? You know those meringue things with cream in? I can't remember. But you know exactly what I mean. With a couple of strawberries stuck in it. And that was another day. And then on Monday, 3 pieces of birthday cake. So when I went there and she said, oh, it's gone up £3, I'm like, oh, well, okay then. No, I am still within my target range, but I'm very close to the edge of that now. Very close. It's a little bit, and I'm sure some of you have tried this out yourself. It's a little bit like standing on the wall on a bridge and deciding whether to jump off or not. Don't do it now. Depending on whether you like the person or not. So that is why it's gone up. And I know that. So that's okay, because we can take immediate action. Now, yesterday, as you know, I went to the hospital for my 6 monthly checkup. They have to look at my blood and all that every 6 months. I've got something a little bit wrong. And that's all very good, actually, and probably the best results I've had ever since I started going about 7 years ago. And that's the truth. So I'm very pleased about that. I was going to do a trial, but, you know, I decided against it. I have done 3 trials before. There's one I'm on at the moment, which doesn't involve too much. It's seeing how people age while on this particular medication that I'm on. So they think it speeds up the aging, which is why I'm looking so old today. Yeah. Do you know what someone said to me on Monday this week, some youngster? Do you know what he said? He said, your face looks like it's been bashed up. What's he mean by that? Do I look like I've got a bashed up face? What a liberty, dear. A bashed up face. That's what he said. How rude. I mean, I didn't have the heart to tell him that he's got a great big fat arse. Your face looks bashed up, he said. Oh, God. Anyway, so I went to the hospital, saw my doctor. Then he took me into the research department. And a lovely lady comes out there. She deals with all the research stuff. And she's chatting away to me. And, you know, after all, it involved switching pills from something to something else. Because I was on a similar pill a while ago, and it was damaging my kidneys. That this happens to some people who are on this particular pill, right? So they've reformulated with less chemicals in it and want to try it on people who had trouble with it the first time around. Now, usually I do something like this, but number one, I think that obviously they have to do this, but the research lady, she gave me too much information. Do you know what I mean? There was like this bit of paper with all these things I wanted, and I'm like, oh, God. And I'm not one for forms and papers. I'm really not. You know, I'm a landlord. When my mother and father died, I put my half of the money into properties. And I get all this paperwork for all the time. And I'll do that another day. And then I start getting phone calls. Oh, you haven't signed. Oh, did you send something through then? And then I start looking through it. Oh, I can't bear it. Paper. I was in here last night doing my accounts because it's this month is the end of my tax year, you see. So I have to do all that and send it all off to the accountant bloke. Oh, I can't be doing paperwork. Anyway, so she's given me this bit of paper, and there's all these ticks and crosses on it, what they're going to do and where they test and what weeks I'm coming. And oh, God, I can't be reading all this. But then I said, well, how many people has this been tried on? Well, five people, not 500, not 50, 5 people are on this, of which one has been on it for 6 months now, and he has had no problems. So that's one person. So I'm like, so this is quite early on into the thing, is it? Usually I'll go on something that there might be like 200, 300, 400 people are on this thing, are on this trial now. And some people have already been trying it out for a while. But this was very early on. Plus, the fact that I'm very stable at the moment and have been for some time now, nothing's really, touch wood, nothing's really going away. I mean, people have been dropping like flies around me recently with colds and flu and chest infections and this, that, nothing. So while I'm like that, why kind of upset the apple cart a bit by changing something? Do you see where I'm coming from here? Do you see where I'm coming from? So usually I have done 3 trials before. My opinion is, well, they're keeping you alive, so give something back. But it was, and do you know, I don't think it was even that so much. It was the fact that so much bits of information were given to me. And I'm trying to think of the other trials I've done before, whether they've given me as much information as this. And I don't think they have. I don't think they just handed me loads of bits of paper to read. The bloke, his name was Martin before, and he would sit there and explain stuff to me, as indeed the lady did, but it weren't going into my head. So I decided not to do it in the end, and I just got my usual 6-month prescription and I haven't got to go for another 6 months. So that was the hospital trial thing there. So not going to do that one. All right, after that we went and had dinner at a pub, which was absolutely delicious. We had chips and halloumi. Yes, I know the slimming world, I know, dear. But it's only one meal. That this week, I will be 2 meals off plan. I'm hoping at the next slimming world, I will have come back down about 1.5 pounds. If I have, then I've done it properly. I don't expect to lose a whole 3 pounds in a week, dear. I mean, you can if you want to. I don't want to lose 3 pounds in a week. That could take me below my target again, which is too far. It's very, very difficult to actually stay on your target. I either go down too far. I have been at 11.10. I've been at 11.10. That's probably the lowest I've been from target, and this week is the highest I've been above target. So it's keeping at that level is very, very difficult. It's harder than actually losing all the weight. Isn't that funny? So there we are. Back to some of your messages. Christopher Arlen said, need to change settings to clear voice on TV output for soundbar, as it might be set to cinema or music. I've tried it, Chris. I've tried all the settings on there. I've tried that. I know the settings. I've tried off, off, movie, drama, music. I've tried them all. Can't hear the voices. Useless thing. Can't hear the voices. Wendy's off. Bye-bye, Wendy. Good morning to William Broughton, who's in Sydney. They're doing the Mardi Gras at the moment, which looks absolutely fantastic. The Mardi Gras really does. I wish I was sort of, somewhere between 18 and 40, and I probably would go to something like that. I'm not sure I'd enjoy it anymore, William. Just, all that noise and millions of people, none of whom will fancy me. William. I mean... Part of things going on these parades is that you might meet someone. It's not going to happen for me, is it, lovey? It's just the way it is. Good morning. Good morning to Jones. You can have the cake without the tea. Well, you can indeed. Not 3 pounds of cake, Samantha. 3 pieces of cake. Did I say 3 pounds? Good morning to Mark Araju. Morning, Mark. Where else are we? Pete has been said, between eating 3 pieces of cake and going slimming world, you can cut your hair. Didn't work, did it? Cut your hair to lose your weight. There we go. Adam says, the 29th of, if you're still there, who was it asking about why I'm running around? Was it Paul? 1 minute. Yes, it was Paul. Paul, if you go onto YouTube... Paul, and type it, if you're still there, I don't know if you're still there or not, you might have gone by now, but if you go onto YouTube and type in United Kingdom Talk 29th November 2013, you should find that show there with me running around in the garden on how to make a comet. All right, Paul, can you let me know you got that message? If not, I'll tell you again tomorrow when you're there. I know most people don't stay for the whole show. I know that, my loves. I mean, how can you sit there and put up with me chatting away for a whole hour? Good morning, Gary Butler, who's watching somewhere different this morning, aren't you? He's at a hospice with my great niece, Olivia. They're having quite a good time there at the moment as well, I gather. Good. Good morning to Zishan. Morning, Zishan. Ah, Paul, there you go then. So just type that into YouTube, 29th of November 2013, United Kingdom Talk, and you should find it there. Can you do that? Actually, do that now. Tell me if you can find it. If not, I'll give you a link or something like that. Put the link on your wall, right? Alan's going to try and eat a whole packet of Jaffa cakes with his tea. Oh, you can do it. Oh, that's easy. That's easy. Jaffa cakes are nice. They're not very calorie intense, are they, either? No. Morning, Evan. Morning, Evan. What are your languages? Just English, Zeshan. Just English I talk. Tiny little bit of French. Bonsoir, comment ça va? You know, Italian, ciao bella, ciao bella. Spanish, hola. But that's generally all I can say in each language. Hello. Yeah, why else would you need to say anything else? Hello, that's it. We could call this the hello show and just say hello constantly for half an hour or so. Pete speaks English, Spanish, Polish and Portuguese. Well, you're clever. You're clever. I wish I could speak other languages fluently. I think it's one of those things you can or can't do. Not everyone can learn everything. This is my bit of a bug with school and all that sort of thing. Not everyone is wired to learn anything. Some people can learn most things. Some people can only learn certain things. I was completely useless at most everything. That is true. I got unclassified for mathematics. Unclassified. That's how bad it was. But let me tell you, if you owe me a tenner, I won't forget until you've paid that off. With interest. Thank you very much. Jones reckons I'm going to turn into a cake. Oh, yes, and you can eat me. Bashed up face. That's what he said, Samantha. He said, shall I come closer to the camera? It might blur a bit. Look. Bashed up face. He said, I've got a bashed up face. I do need a PA, yeah. Good morning, Gavin, who said the table I'm on there was a lot of info. I don't like it when they say you have to take this or stop taking this when I just get used to them. Yeah, it's just, it was too complicated. It was made to sound really complicated, and that's probably why I didn't. Look at all these people who speak different languages. German, Portuguese, wow. A 24-hour phone-in show. I've got to sleep at some point, Adam. Blimey. Anyway, I'm off swimming shortly. Okay, let's do some messages this morning. Some stories. We haven't done any stories yet this morning. The Co-op. Look at this in this morning's Daily Mirror. The Co-op has become the first UK supermarket to introduce a no queues policy. Why have they done that then? No queues. The new initiative, dubbed Shop, Scan and Go, will allow time-pressed customers to complete payments on their phones without even having to visit a till. Well, how much stuff is going to get nicked now? You know, it's bad enough now at the self-service checkouts. I know one of the girls who works in the Sainsbury's up the road. She's the only one who's nice in there. Elderly person, she is. And she says you don't want to know how much stuff is nicked out of that self-service checkout thing. But presumably they can. It's cheaper for them to lose X amount of stock through the self-service checkout than it is to employ another member of staff. You know, because those self-service checkouts, you've got one person, you know, to look after 8 checkouts. That's 8 members of staff wages, isn't it? So how much would that... I mean, what does a member of staff get in a supermarket? So we say £250 a week. That's a saving of £2,000 a week. So it must be cheaper for them to lose stock, an X amount of pounds worth of stock, than it is to employ 8 people. So that... Excuse me, that's the way it's going, isn't it? It's currently being piloted at the Co-op's Retailer Support Centre in Manchester, with a wider rollout beginning this summer. The scheme will allow customers to scan products on their own devices, so your phone, as they walk around the store, known as the frictionless shopping experience. Where do they come out with this crap? The frictionless shopping experience. When they have finished shopping, the amount they owe will then be deducted from their account with a single click. In a statement, the community retailer said it's seen the number of cash transactions in its stores rapidly reduce over the past few years in favour of alternative electronic payment methods. Statistically, cash transactions have dropped by more than 1/5 over the last 5 years, with a 15% fall in usage in the last 18 months. Bloke at the Co-op said it's a challenging marketplace for retailers and the Co-op is responding positively. It's all about consumer choices and convenience. We listen to our members and customers and we are investing in our stores, people, prices and technology. So there we are. You're going to be able to try that out if you're in Manchester. Do you like the sound of that? I mean, so much stuff surely must get nicked. Surely it must get nicked. On the subject of food, Alan wants to know, is a Jaffa cake a biscuit or a cake? Well, that's a good question, isn't it? Is a Jaffa cake a biscuit or... Is that the best you can come out with this morning, Alan? Is the best piece of news Alan can come out with? That's Alan's contribution to the show this week. Paul says, I used Apple Pay this week for the first time. I was surprised how easy it was. Yeah, very, very surprised how easy it is for people to suck money straight out your account, mate. Bang, it's gone. I paid 2 bills last night. I paid the Visa bill and the American Express bill. So it was always a good feeling when I paid a bill. Not so good when you see how the money is taken out of your statement. So that's it. One more story this morning. And how unlucky can you be? Look at this. Look at this. In the Sun this morning, a dad of 2 thought he'd won big on the lottery when he was told the sum was too big to be paid out on the spot. Only to find out later it was actually the humbling sum of £2. Oh, what a shame. This bloke from Birmingham thought he'd scooped a substantial prize after he bought a lucky tip for Saturday's lotto draw from his local corner shop. When he went back to the shop to check the ticket, he was told he'd won a large sum and it was too big to be paid to him on the spot. He even started planning a holiday. Well, there's a lesson to you, sir. Don't count your chickens before they've hatched. He started planning a holiday, what would have been his family's first trip abroad for his partner and the children as well. He said, Nathan told the Chronicle it made a beeping noise, beep, 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 to say that I'd won. The shop assistant was quite shocked. The machine was telling him it's a big payout and I should contact Lottery HQ. He gave me a pen to write my name on the back of the ticket. Everyone in the shop was over the moon for me. No, they weren't. They hated you. No one is over the moon when you win great sums of money. They hate you. They hate you and they are jealous. And they will bang you over the head somewhere, dear. Be very careful. I waited up until 11 o'clock to check the lottery app on my phone. When I checked, it told me I had a free lucky dip. Immediately after the draw, Low Grange Store appealed on its Facebook page for the winner to come forward. The post said the ticket holder could expect around £50,000. That's not to be sniffed at, is it? £50,000. But it appeared Nathan had his ticket scanned during what is known as a draw break, a period immediately after the draw when the numbers and prizes are being worked out by Camelot. Devastated Nathan. Oh, my God. Devastated he was. Devastated Nathan. Oh, how can you be devastated losing a bit of cash? It's not like someone's died, is it? That's devastation when someone's died. Not when you've lost a bit of money. Devastated Nathan went back to the shop to check again. The machine made the beep again and gave me a free lucky dip. This was it. He took the ticket and gave me the printout. It says, I'm entitled to a lucky dip. I'd won no money. I was gutted. I couldn't speak. I was devastated. Devastated, please, dear. Dear me. Poor chap. What a poor chap. There we are then. Good morning to Ant, joining us very late today. Ant, you're too late, love. You're going to have to watch the replay, love. We're going to finish now. Because I'm going swimming. Got to take my pills and then I'm going swimming. Let's do today's birthdays then, boys and girls. Whose birthday is it today? Now, tomorrow, I hope to be with you tomorrow night. Sometime between 7 p.m. and 11. I know it's a long bit. It depends what time we get back tomorrow from our little day out, okay? So, nighttime show tomorrow. Okay, it'll be a nighttime show tomorrow. Happy birthday this morning. Only 2 birthdays this morning. Darren Cavill is a young 47 years old today. Happy birthday, Darren. Hope you're well. And Jaden Cornelius, or singing superstar. It's his birthday as well today. So happy birthday to you, Jaden. Okay. Yesterday's birthday's then. And then we're going to disappear. Oh, good morning, Christian. Christian's there. Nice to see you. Oh, you disappeared on Monday before you sang your second song, didn't you? I called you out and you'd gone. Sorry, it was ever so busy. Sorry, not Sunday, Monday. It was ever so busy Monday for the karaoke. We had 26 singers on Monday. Monday does really well there. I'm looking for other karaoke nights at the moment. If you hear of anyone that wants one, I'm bored sitting at home. Let's have a look here. Birthdays. Where is it? Events. Is that events? If you're wondering where the birthdays come, they come from my Facebook. As long as you've got your birthday set on Facebook, it will come up on my thing, all right? And yesterday's birthday, young Michael Holt. 23 now, are you, Michael? Gosh. I've known Michael since he was, let's see, must have been 12, 13. And I was doing a show on Play Radio, which was a talk station down on the, where was it? Down the end of the M3. I can't remember the name. It begins with A, I think, the name of the place. Anyway, it closed down. But Michael used to listen to the show there, didn't you? So happy birthday to you, Michael. 23 years old today. He's a teacher now. And he's doing very well for himself. Happy birthday, Michael. Happy birthday to Troy James, 48 years old yesterday. Susie Pleb Quinnell, happy birthday for yesterday. And also Siobhan Cracknell. I hope I've said your name right there. Siobhan. Is that how you say that? Siobhin. Siobhan. I hope I got that right. I'm sorry if I've got that wrong, darling. I do try and pronounce as it looks, okay? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Enjoy your birthday today, all of you. Some final messages come in. Adam wants us to play Pie Flace tomorrow. Actually, Ronnie doesn't usually come over after we've been for a day out. So that probably won't happen. I'll probably be up here chatting to myself as usual. Okay, Madonna. But if he does, we'll do that one tomorrow. Okay. Thank you, Alan. I'm hosting a quiz tonight. Anyone around tonight in North London? I shall be. Oh, Samantha Howard. Her mummy is 93 today. What's her name, Sam? Let's wish Sam's mum happy birthday. What's her name? I'll sing for her specially if you get in quickly and tell me her name before I finish. All right, darling. Now, tonight is quiz night. It's the Wednesday quiz with Chris Reardon. Do come along tonight to the King's Head Theatre Pub where you can win a £30 bar tab or a bottle of wine or a bag of crisps if you're in one of 3 places, okay? Tonight is quiz night at the King's Head Theatre Pub, 115 Upper Street, Islington. Now, I won't lie to you, it's been a bit quiet recently. Much to the point is I don't know how much longer they're going to keep that going. I need people to come down there. Otherwise, I'm going to have nothing to do on a Wednesday either. And I can't. I'm so bored sitting here doing nothing. And you can only do so many shows. You know, you would absolutely get bored if I was here, twice a day, 3 times a day, every night. You would. I know you would. I know you would. If Shirley Bassey came on the stage every night, you went every night, 8 o'clock, you went to see Shirley, you would get bored, wouldn't you? Pardon? No, not Barry Manilow. He's not in that category. You could go and watch Barry Manilow shows 24 hours a day and never be bored. You wouldn't. And that's it. Thank you. So tonight, yes, as I say, tonight, do join us at the King's Head Theatre Bar, Upper Street, Islington, for the Quiz of the Week. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Evan says, come to Cornwall. Oh, it's a lovely place. I'm looking forward to coming to the Dome thing at some point. Have you had your new telescopes put in yet? Let me know. Samantha Hazel. Hazel is Samantha's mum's name. Right, hang on, let me sing to Hazel. I'm going to sing to her specially, as you specially put the message in, all right? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Hazel. Happy birthday to you. There you are. Lots of love from your daughter Samantha, and I'm sure the rest of your family. Hazel, you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful 93rd birthday. All right? That's it for the show today then, boys and girls. Hopefully see you at some time tomorrow evening. Sort of between the time of, between sort of about 7 p.m. and 11 o'clock sometime tomorrow. Okay? Lots of love to you all, and I'll see some of you also, hopefully, at the quiz tonight. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.